There's no code, so we think it might be for like a spare key like you have on the outside of a house, but who knows, might find treasure. My name's Toby.
And I'm Abbie.
And this is our Mercedes.
We had plans to travel the east coast of Australia in a camper van in April 2020. So when the world stopped, we had to have a rethink. We spent last summer converting a 1984 Freight Rover Sherpa, and we thought, if we can do this but bigger, we could travel in our own tiny home on wheels. So here we are with our new plan. Follow along with us as we convert our Mercedes Vario into our roaming home. Toby found our bus on Boxing Day evening while doing his daily scroll for Varios. With only a 5-minute walk between us and the bus, we couldn't resist viewing and, of course, buying. With a new year and a new bus, and after what felt like the longest 2 weeks of our lives waiting to get started, we finally found a barn that it could just about fit in. But first, we had the challenge of getting the bus unstuck. After staring aimlessly and hoping the bus would move itself, digging a little deeper, and thinking a little more, we were still stuck. Luckily, with Tess and I overseeing operations, we managed to free the bus. It wouldn't go in backwards. It wouldn't go in forwards. So after a friendly nudge from a local farmer, we were in and ready to get started. We started by investigating our floor. In order to treat the chassis, we had to cut out the added subfloor, which housed the unwind tracks.
Bloody hell.
The first piece
30
of floor
minutes.
has just come
And we've
up.
got this. It weighs a ton. Come on!
It was a slow and tiring task, but throwing chunks of the floor out of the bus and watching them hit the deck kept us pushing on. Hop to the time lapse now.
Bless you.
After many different tools and methods, We found the best way forwards was to get as much ply up as possible, which exposed where it would be easiest to cut the metal.
Oh, easy.
For some reason they felt it necessary to nail the wood to the steel. After arguing with steel for most of the day, we decided it was time for a tea break. Yesterday we finally got the floor up, which was amazing because it felt like that job was never going to end. And now we're working on these, are they steel?
Yeah, they are steel.
Steel, what do you call them, brackets?
It's like a substructure.
Substructure. We worked out a method yesterday where Toby goes along with the massive grinder and goes like about halfway, and then I follow him along with the reciprocal saw and then do the rest, and then we were taking out chunks along as we go.
So, today we are going to take
The last part of the floor process was to grind off the remaining welds.
So we've nearly got all the floor out, just got a couple of sections left. There's some steel plates down here, we're going to take those out because when we pull these welds up, they are just pulling up sections with it. We're going to have new wheel arches fitted next week, and then we can just start treating and grinding this chassis down to where it gets to about here, and we'll be away.
So don't let me go, nah, 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 nah. I'm all up in that love haze, so where do we go, nah, nah? Just let me know that I am safe here in your arms. I wanna stay, stay. I'm slipping away. So don't
The man in the version.
Yes, the beauty. Right, so demolition has finished. We have got the floor out,
The walls out, the insulation out, the ceiling out,
and
I don't know.
And the back window out, because we're going to have some welding done on the front door and back door. So next is to de-rust the chassis, paint the chassis. We'll start that in a couple of weeks. But thanks very much for watching our first video.
Thank you.
And we hope you enjoy what we're doing.